What's this? From Software? Don't be ridiculous. Are we playing Dark Souls? No. No, you're not lucky enough to get a simple game like Dark Souls. Because you know, From Software did other games, not just Dark Souls and not just Armored Core, and no, not just Kingsfield, although most people don't talk about that. From Software has a history, a checkered past, if you will, of making games that are, well, interesting, and most people don't either remember them, well, mostly because they're not really that memorable, but I thought it might be fun to take a look at them. This one's called EverGrace, and I like to think of this as like it's almost a precursor to their success. Because this game is not good. It doesn't have any good things in it that they become famous for, but at the same time you can see how they go from this to that, how they go from EverGrace to Demon Souls and then to Dark Souls. This is as if they tried to make a standard RPG and with their ideas, and it didn't really work too well. So I thought, hey, why don't we take a look? Should be fun, right? Good old-fashioned From Software, and we'll have great big adventures in their PS2 launch title, EverGrace. Now, I'm not sure you've noticed. You might have. But the music in this game is, well, it's interesting. It's borderline experimental. The composer apparently was like, hey, you know what? Let's just use voices for everything. So most of the music in this game is composed of a whole lot of voices. Well, if nothing else, you gotta watch out for the volume. Cause this gets really loud. I had to turn down the game, mess with the game volume so that it doesn't blow your ears out when it starts up. But we've got a lot of interesting music to deal with here. So let's start a new game. And now we have the choice. Shall we play as Darius or Charlene? Yes, there are two playable characters. Well, we're going to play as Darius because, well, this is actually kind of a difficult question, because Darius feels like the one you're supposed to start with, but it kind of spoils some stuff from Charlene. And then, if you play Charlene, that also spoils stuff from Darius, so yeah, we'll just do Darius first, why not? Oh yes, this digital analog settings for the attack button. Basically, hey, hit the attack button, and if you hit it light enough, you won't do a full power attack. So it determines the power of your attack. It's kind of pointless. They were trying something new. Whatever, man. Let's ignore that. And let's get started. Yeah! Also, I gotta warn you, voice acting, not great.
Edinburgh.
Yeah, good old Edinburgh.
A continent that's home to a few people with strange marks called crests.
Crests, huh?
Cursed mark.
Cursed marks.
When I was young, my parents were killed. That was a tragedy caused by
Starting to sound a little familiar here. People with cursed marks on them? Ah, it's a coincidence.
Revenge. And in my rage, I swung my sword.
He swung it.
I wanted to hide the crest forever with the blood that stained my hands.
Doesn't work that way.
Burn it away with the flames of anger and hatred.
You could try cutting your hand off.
Finally, I found the enemy. I entered the Biliana forest, and suddenly, a huge tree appeared. This was only the beginning.
I wonder if a game ever starts at the end, where they still, and this was the end. Oh wait, didn't Final Fantasy X do something like that? Wah. That's why the game sucks. And so we start the game waking up in the middle of a field.
Are you okay? I thought you were dead. Did you have an accident?
No!
Why were you lying on the ground like that?
I didn't have an accident. I can't believe... Is she implying that I wet myself? No.
What? Who are you? Some kind of strange bird?
No, I'm human, just like you.
You don't look human.
My name is Chrysalis.
You're human?
Sounds more like an insect to
You
me.
wouldn't be just some weird bird that can talk. So, you think you're human?
This is clearly one of those games where they either didn't have a voice director or the voice director only spoke Japanese. This boy is their voice acting really off.
Believe me, I don't wish to look like this. I was transformed against my will by a demon.
Demon? You expect me to believe that?
Monsters invaded our country. You don't know? You must be from the outside, right?
Outside? Outside of what?
Outside of here. This isn't your world. It's completely different. Have you ever heard of the Rebane Empire?
What about it?
You're in Rebane right now.
I don't believe in such fairy tales.
I'm serious. Just take a look around. There are monsters everywhere.
Doesn't look like there are any monsters.
I just don't understand.
Well, she just told you where you are.
Rebane Empire. It's a very troubled country now. You need to be careful.
Alright. So we're a guy with a cursed mark on him. And he's trapped in a kingdom that's separate from all the rest of the world, and it's full of evil and monsters. I've never heard of that setting before. A Sword of the Dead. Take that sword, thanks.
You took the sword. Good. I'm so relieved. So you believe me now about the monsters?
Well, I haven't seen any, but
I don't know what I think, but I do know that I'm gonna need this.
Okay. Now listen. This is a secret, but you should know. That sword is called Palmyra Armaments. It's not a regular sword. It's different.
I know, it's magical. Right out of a fairy tale. It'll make me 100 times stronger.
Wise guy. Think you know everything, huh? I bet you don't know this. Palmyra Armaments can be upgraded with Palmyra pieces. It makes an item even more powerful. You'll need a magician's help though. And it still might not do you any good when you fight certain monsters. There are plenty of monsters, all kinds, all types. You'll find something you can use it on. Give it a try.
Okay, I will. If you're telling the truth, I should see plenty of action with this sword.
And now we have our very first piece of equipment. Why don't we equip it right here? This is one of those games where, for some reason, they thought it was really important that you be able to see the weapon on your hand. So all your equipment is visible. So the game was actually like people were like, hey, that's cool. But I'm sure you've noticed now it's got the From Software signature giant list of stats. What the heck, man? Do I need that many stats? No. You can even, hey, look. You can even do the attack in the menu so you can test it out. And so this is where things get different. Because this is not Dark Souls, people. As much as I'm making jokes about how, hey, look, it looks like it's kind of like Dark Souls. It's not. Because here's your attack. That's it. You do have a stamina bar. But each attack drains the entire thing unless you have the analog on. Then you can kind of do like a half power attack, but there's not really much point. Well, let's find a monster to fight. Yeah, there's one. This is one of those many monsters she was talking about. Come on, hit me. Oh! Oh, now you see that my stamina bar is also my health bar. It's a rather interesting way to do it. Your health and your stamina are tied together. Ooh, a blue fruit. That's useful. Your health and stamina are tied together, so if you have low health, your stamina recharges quicker. That's kind of interesting. Kind of a risk versus reward. Now, you also have weapon durability, as you can see, but it drains over time. As you should see, I lost durability just standing here. And then you have these are called Palmyra actions. And they're sort of like special attacks that come with your equipment. So I have this chain combo that lets me do this. Lets me land a triple strike. Well, it's not that great. But it also costs durability to use. And here we have our save point. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So here we can save the game, which is what we should do right away, because if I were to die right now, I'd have to start all over. I'd rather not do that, thanks. But no thanks. There. Oh, we can also enter the shop. I think I'll enter the shop. Grit your teeth. Here it comes.
Greetings. Welcome to my shop. Feel free to look over my merchandise.
Ah, listen to that music. The world famous EverGrace music. Shop music, which is like, come on, guys. Come on, you call this music? Get crazy. But now we have our shopkeeper who's, while he's interesting.
I'm particular about how you use my armaments, you know.
Really?
Come on, you can do better than that.
Don't know what he means by that. But the shop is kind of annoying because instead of, just talk to the shopkeeper and then select out of a list, you gotta go, I want to buy a sword, so you gotta wander over to the weapons. And then you can buy new weapons, sell the ones you're carrying, fix the ones that are broken, like this.
This one?
And most importantly, upgrade them. But unlike Dark Souls, you don't have to collect weird materials. You just pay money. Just give the guy money and he'll make it stronger. Which means he's selling you inferior equipment and then charging you extra to make it good. Here we have accessories. And then creature notes.
Good. These notes let you know you can learn
These are information about the monsters you've killed. I suppose it'll tell you what they drop and things like that. Then here we have consumables.
Which one?
Yep, life extract is your healing potion, your antidote, etc, etc. Biliana extract is actually really important because this repairs your equipment. Which means if it costs more than 200 to repair your equipment, you should probably just use a Biliana extract. We got helmets and boots and armors and all kinds of crazy stuff. But we don't have much money, so for now, we're just gonna leave.
Please.
Please come again.